Hello McDonald artists, this is Mrs. Torres speaking to you, and today we are going to be working on our junk mail challenge. Now, specifically what we're going to be focusing on is how to use junk mail to collage. Now, the word collage sounds kind of fancy, and it actually comes from the French language, from the word coller, and that simply means to glue or stick things together. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be using our lovely junk mail. You might see this come to your house every other day and your parents might get tired of it. We're going to take this and use it to fill in our artwork, kind of like we're painting with paper. That's a good way to put it. But before we get started, let's go over what you're going to need to use. The basic supplies that you really need are paper, something to write with. It can be a pen, pencil, crayon, marker, not important, just something. And lastly, you need junk mail, as we showed you before. But even better, if you don't have junk mail, other things that you can use to make this project happen. You could use magazines, which are great, lots of colors. And if you're really hard up for any collaging material, you can just take plain white paper. Let me move this one out of the way. And you can just color the paper that you need for whatever colors you need. So you can just take a crayon and start filling in a piece of paper. But let's go back to our project and focus on that for right now. But those are just a few alternatives. So once you have your paper and your writing utensil, you need to think of some type of object you'd like to create with collage. You could focus on flowers, food, anything you really want. It's up to you today. However, I'm going to do an example. If you want to use mine, you're more than welcome to. But, you know, it's a little fun when we make it yourself. So first up, I'm going to be creating an apple, since we're thinking about teachers. So all you need to do is draw the basic shapes. We're not getting super detailed. So I'm going to draw a nice big apple that fills up my page. I don't want super tiny, because if we have all this big space on our paper, we want to use it. I'm going to make the stem. Then last but not least, we're going to add a leaf. Now I could add the veins, that's those little lines in there, but we're not going to do that. Because if I do add those lines in, we're going to be adding something on top of it later and it'd be pointless if we do it now. So once you have whatever object you want to use drawn, put aside your pen and start picking up some of your junk mail or magazine paper. And you need to think about your colors. So I need to look for a lot of red stuff in my junk mail. So for example, I have this lovely ad here, breakfast from, okay, I don't really know where this is from. Oh wait, it's from Wendy's. Sorry, not important. So you can use anything. It can have bits of words on it, not important. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. We want to try to take as much of this and try to fill in our apple. If you have a pair of scissors, that's great, but you don't necessarily need scissors. You have this thing called a handy dandy hand, and we can actually rip and tear. So I'm going to try to rip and tear just some of this, like so. And I want it to kind of fit into my apple. So see, that fills in a good chunk of it, but I still have all this space I need to fill in. So your job as you work is to keep finding more of the color, and it can, like I said, it can have words on it. And you want to keep filling it in. Try to carefully, best you can. You might have to kind of rip it a little more. If you have scissors, it makes it easier. But you're trying to fill in all this space. So as you go, keep filling in. If you happen to have glue, that would be really great. You can glue it down, keep it in place. If you don't have glue, that's fine. Not necessary. So I'm going to stop here and we're going to do a fast forward.